let's go ahead and get rolling. First off, I want to thank all of our marketplace sponsors. For those of you that don't know, what we've done here at HomeSmart, instead of creating a big phone book of directory of hundreds of companies, we've kind of created a HomeSmart marketplace area, which really has the 10 or 15 key tools that we think that help agents and that all of you should be using. And if you log into your Real Smart Agent dashboard and you click on the left-hand side, you should see an area called Agent Marketplace. And when you click into the Agent Marketplace, you'll find our companies that are up on the screen right here, all with services and resources to help you grow your business, and doing so at a discount. We've negotiated a discount for all of you. Many of these are automated marketing CRMs, video marketing tools, excuse me, HomeBot is one of my favorite. It's a digest showing your customers how much equity they have in their home. We've negotiated a discount down to around $25 for all of you. So, just please check out the HomeSmart Marketplace, go connect with those partners, and you'll see that we've woven some of that into our budget and into our marketing plan that we're going to go over here in a minute. But today is day 2 of Drive to 5, Roadmap to Success. This is part of our Business Builder webinar series. And I'm going to say that this is our best Business Builder webinar series to date, because what it's doing is bringing together many of the webinar series that we've done before and all of the top secrets from top agents all around the country and the ideas and tactics that they use to grow their business. And the design of this webinar series is to fill your brain with ideas and with training designed to help you grow your business. And I want to set our goal in this whole series right up front. Our goal, if you're a new agent, is to help you get your first transaction as fast as possible and to help you get your first 5 transactions. So we're talking transaction 1, then your second, then your third, then your 5th, and then you're off to the races. For those of you that have already been doing transactions, we want to help you do 5 more transactions than you did last year. And if anyone on this call is a high overachiever, we want to help you multiply your business 5 times. And I'm telling you, we've worked with enough groups of agents. My co-pilot today, Corey Rockefeller, waved to everyone. Corey can shake her head, yes, that she's seen us work with agents before, and they were doing 5 transactions, and a year later, they're doing 25. That's 5 times the amount of transactions. And I promise you that if you apply some of these things here today and stop working on the stuff that doesn't move the needle and concentrate on the things that we're going to go over, because they move the needle and they will multiply your transactions. And the goal, the hope, 5 times the amount of transactions you did last year. If you did 20, let's do 100. We can do it. You can do this. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Todd Sumney. I'm the Chief Industry Officer for HomeSmart International. I am a marketing, marketing person by trade for my whole entire life. I came up through advertising agencies, began working with agents on helping them build their individual brands, and have been working with agents for years. And I travel around the country. I get the opportunity to interview so many top agents all around the country. And then I turn around and share their secrets with everyone. So here's kind of the overview of this webinar series. Again, since it's our first couple, I'm going to hit it again today. We're going to start with 11 sessions that kind of set the foundation of here's ideas and tactics that you can utilize and put together in your business. Then we're going to enter some 90-day challenge phases. I call it 90 days of action. And we're going to put together 90 days of action that if you commit to it, that you are going to grow your business. And it's going to be top agent sessions that are going to be involved with this as well, and key sessions with our partners, top agent panels, everything that you need to grow your business. So I hope all of you are excited. Hope you love what you saw yesterday. Here's what our first 11 sessions are. We'll briefly go through them. Started yesterday with our business planning. Someone asked earlier in the chat, what was the homework? The homework was if you could go download the spreadsheets that are we uploaded for all of you in yesterday's session, as well as in the Marketing Design Center, as well as there in Real Smart Agent. And you can download these, and it was to put your kind of begin working on formulating your own plan. If you didn't do that, that's okay. Today, we are going to go through a live drive of these spreadsheets, and I'm going to show you how simple it is to just build a one-page marketing plan. Now, you are going to need Excel software, and if you haven't yet, I guess I should build that into my budget. For me, I spend about $85 a year, and I use Microsoft, I can't remember the name of it, Office or Microsoft 365. Microsoft 365, it gives me Excel, Word, a couple other little tools, PowerPoint, but I use Excel and Word all day long, and it's the best $85 I spend all year. Then tomorrow, we're going to dig into Marketing Essentials, which is going to be about 18 different things that you need to be putting onto your one-page marketing plan. And we're going to dig into a little bit more depth, a little more detail. And then we're going to start to chime in and jump into how do you create a regimen for success? What are some of your action plans and your goal achievement? What about, how about creating a 90-day social media marketing plan? What you can do in 90 days to kick social media off the ground? How to create an automated marketing calendar, how to create free Google Forms, how to begin to market your database and sphere of influence marketing, and then how to take your database marketing to the next level. We have an agent in Colorado I talked about yesterday. She has built an automated marketing CRM with one of our marketplace partners. And to this day, every week she gets leads, she gets business, she's generating her own leads. She every year is a 5 Diamond Award winner. She's conducting about over $500,000 in gross commission income every year for the last 4 years that I've been tracking her. And she claims that it's all from this automated marketing, and she's on autopilot, and she just serves her clients and lets the automated marketing run. So if you're a real high overachiever, I would look at you participating in that. And then we're going to do some 12-week programs with those CRMs. We're going to talk in day 9 about video marketing, day 10 and day 11. Day 10 is going to be texting for success. Day 11, we're going to talk about the mini CMAs, mini neighborhood reports. How do you do those things? Then we're going to hit our annual convention in Las Vegas. So for those of you that filled out the form yesterday that I'm going to show you in a minute, we've already entered you into the free drawing, potentially to win a free registration to our Las Vegas convention. But if you haven't yet done so, please register today. And if you win, we'll refund your money. Okay, so go ahead and register, get signed up. Our goal with this webinar series is to help you. I love this phrase, crush your goals. And that's what we're going to do, and help you throughout this whole series. So first, here is this webinar, I guess, baseline form that I'm asking all of you to please fill out this form and help me set a baseline. And here's what I want to do. For example, if you did 5 transactions this year, but you want to do 25 next year, I want to capture that. And then we're going to track at the end of the year, did you hit your 25? And then we're going to share that with all of our agents all around the country. And throughout the webinar process, we're going to share our progress toward our goal. So right now, if as of yesterday, Corey just put the link into the chat. Thank you, Corey. Please go in and fill out this quick form for me. I'm just asking for your name, your email, your mobile phone number, so we can text you when it comes to texting, when we can help you with what is your goal? How many transactions did you do last year? How many do you want to do next year? And then in a couple of days, I'm going to total all that up, and I'm going to talk about all of you on the call that collectively, this is how much business you did last year. And collectively, here's where we're at already in the middle of this webinar series. How neat would it be for us to just use the example? We did 5,000 together last year, and all of a sudden, halfway through the series, we're already at 10,000 transactions. That's my goal of trying to set a baseline and help capture what our progress and help you all encourage each other and help each other learn what works, what doesn't work. Corey just posted the link in the chat. Please go do that. By the way, Corey, we're recording, right? Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure we are recording all of these sessions. So if you can't, for some reason, participate with one of them, please go find the recording online in Real Smart Agent and the market, and go participate with that. And but please keep coming back to the live ones. Don't just listen to the recordings, because we're going to start to have some interaction and some collaboration and live chats. And I hope you all can learn how to mute and unmute yourself so we can start to do some collaboration and some talking. And right now, if you want, start using the chat as well, encourage each other. But anybody who clicks on that link, you're entered in the drawing for our national convention. And that national convention is going to be the week of the 20th of February. So 21st, 22nd, I believe, are the dates, Corey. It's on Corey's background, I think. So after we come out of convention, that's when we're going to hit our 90 days. And we're going to start then to hit the ground running and put 90-day action plans. So today, though, we set a baseline yesterday. We set an outline. How are we going to put a business plan and a budget in place? Today, we're going to live drive and go through those. And so let's dig in. So it's all about maximizing your profitability and building a plan. We went over yesterday 4 simple steps. All you have to do is put a plan in place, then start to be protective of your time. Choose where to spend your time and only spend time on things that work, things that move the needle. And then after that, set new goals. So you did 5 last year, we're going to do 25 next year. And then let's prioritize and execute, and let's put some things on a calendar every single day. And I'm going to challenge all of you to wake up an hour earlier. Start waking up an hour earlier and build in an extra hour of marketing that we're talking about. And I promise you will see an impact in your business. So Corey's put a bunch of links into the text message. And if you can click on those links, it'll download these Excel files. And that's what I'm going to go live drive right now. So number 1, if you don't do the business plan, at least do the 1-page marketing plan. But the main form that we gave you, it's an Excel file with 3 tabs. It has a business plan, which is your car expenses, your phone expense, your CE and your license expenses, your expenses with HomeSmart for doing transactions. It's your business expenses. In your business expenses, one line item is your marketing budget. And so then you pull over the total of your marketing budget into page 1. And that should be your business budget. And I can tell you that top agents, they are spending, around 10% of their total gross commission income goal in marketing. And that's kind of what they do, or at least at the beginning when they're getting it off the ground. And then as your business gets rolling, your business expense can lower on your marketing. So how do you get to your marketing total? You put it all on a 1-page marketing plan. So tab 2 is your 1-page marketing plan. And then tab 3 is a personal budget, which I've used and shared with agents for over 20 years. And it's helped agents create a budget on, their auto expense, their cell phone, their groceries, their gym membership, their insurance, all the different things, your personal different expenses, simple little marketing plan to follow. So that's what we gave you, one Excel file that has all 3 tabs, or if you want, you can just use the 1-page marketing plan. So bottom line is you fill in your plan with your marketing essentials items. All these items we're going to go over tomorrow. You're going to fill it in with the awesome ideas that we're going to go over in the first 11 days that are going to help you create daily leads. So those ideas are like the 90-day neighborhood challenge, where you send out neighborhood reports about what's going on in a neighborhood. And these reports help you win listings. We created a brand new section in the Marketing Design Center. I see some of the chats here that is called Marketing Essentials, Drive to 5. And as we go through these sessions every day, we're going to upload the PDF of the PowerPoint presentation. And then we're going to upload the tools and the assets and the things that you need to be using. And utilizing in your business. So tomorrow we're going to talk about social media graphics. And today those social media graphics aren't in Marketing Essentials Drive to 5. But tomorrow they're all going to be in there. And you'll be able to click on them and download them. And that way you don't have to search all around the Marketing Design Center to go do that. But today's PowerPoint will be added into the Marketing Design Center today too. We're going to talk about doing video challenges, HomeBot or knock challenges. How can I help you with real estate? Free Google Forms or the 10-minute open house. These are all the items that you're going to enter into your marketing plan and into your spreadsheet. So I'm going to stop my share of the PowerPoint here. It's good seeing all of you on camera. How you doing? Hey, can I take a picture? Everybody turn on your camera real quick. I'm going to take a quick picture, share it. We'll post that up in Drive to 5. All right, look at that. Good morning, everyone. All right, so on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, hang on. I got a couple more to take. Hang on, I got to switch screens. Jonathan, turn your camera on. Come on. All right, there we go. 1, 2, and 3. All right. So, whoops, I just put my computer to sleep. Hold on. All right, so let me pull my Excel file over. I'm going to start with just the one-page marketing plan and share that with all of you here real quick. All right, Corey, can you see the one-page marketing plan? All right, okay, perfect. Okay, by the way, Corey, you've been monitoring the chat. Is there anything I've missed so far?
Everybody's asking where they can find all this. So rest assured, you guys, we will make sure that we repeat it. We'll put it in the chat at the end. You'll be able to have recordings. So yes, thank you for sharing that, Todd, and we'll go over it again before we finish.
Yes, okay, and perfect. Okay, so here up on the screen is what I call the one-page marketing plan. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here and make it a little larger for you. Hold on. All right. And it starts with a couple yellow boxes up at the top that I want you to fill in with some information. And if you fill in those boxes, all of the calculations will change on the spreadsheet. So if you actually type in that the average price home in my area is only $250,000, okay, it'll change all the calculations. Okay, I'm going to use the calculations of a $300,000 average price point. Okay, that there's an average of $300,000. Should I zoom in some more, Corey, or how are we doing?
I think we're okay. It looks good.
All right, good. Okay, so then what underneath that, there's a box for the average commission percent. So if for some reason your average commission is not 3%, and let's say it's 2.5%, you can change this to 2.5%, and it'll also change some of the calculations. Okay, so from there, what you want to do, yesterday, I asked all of you to look at your business from last year and to say, where did your business come from? How much money did you make last year in gross commission income? How many transactions did you do? How many transactions came from buyers? How many transactions came from sellers? One of the things that you should have done as well is, what's your average commission? So if you did 20 transactions, what was your average commission over those 20 transactions? So if you type in your average commission here, the $10,610, you can see that your average commission is more than the average commission of your MLS. So you're actually doing better, or you're selling higher priced homes than the typical agent in your area. But if you fill those numbers in, and then in the upper right corner, I always like to be a big goal setter. And I like to put down in writing how much money I want to make next year. And so if your net income next year, if you would like it to be $150,000, the worksheet here calculates that you need to make $216,000 in gross commission income in order to pay for marketing expenses, business expenses, and also your taxes. And so we've already put a pre-calculation. Now you need to work with your tax professional, make sure it dials into your tax bracket in your area and what you're doing. But this is a general rule of thumb based on consultants in the industry. So don't take it as an earnings claim or anything like that. Just, please utilize this. But if you change it, and if you want to make, 200,000, then you change that, and it's going to say now you need to make 288,000 because you're going to have taxes, higher business expenses, et cetera. So I'm going to leave that $200,000 in there because I'm going to show you how easy it is to get there. Now, how this spreadsheet works is the spreadsheet works by you have line items to the left that is an action item, something that you need to do. Then to the right of that, there's a monthly expense for that amount. Does that cost any money every month? And then it totals up to what that monthly expense is for the year, or you should total up and put in your monthly expense for the year. Then to the right of that, what I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself, how many transactions will you get next year by doing this marketing action? And if the answer is 0, I'm going to question why you're doing it. Now, there are some foundational elements like building a brand, saying the right 5 key things that every customer wants to hear that might not directly result in 6 transactions, but over time, collectively, it will, and it'll feed all your other transactions. So in those types of action items, I know that as an agent, you need to do them. So that's when I put the number 1 in. You're going to get at least 1 transaction next year by doing this one thing. Does that make sense? And then what it does is it says, okay, if you think you can do 6 transactions next year by doing that one thing, then we're going to multiply that by the average commission in your MLS. And we're going to come up with how much money, gross commission, that we think you're going to make off of that. So you'll see line item number 1, we think we can do 6 transactions. That's 1 every other month by doing this marketing action, and times the $9,000 average commission in this MLS is a total of $54,000. Now the cost for this particular action is $588 for a monthly subscription to an automated marketing system. But I'm going to make $54,000 on a $588 investment. Is that a good return on investment? My net is going to be $53,412. And if you do this on all of the different marketing items that you're thinking about doing, you will actually not only see and create a budget, you're going to create an action plan, but it's also going to motivate you. And I want to skip to the bottom and I want to give you an example. So I was working with a group of agents, and I'm going to highlight line 21 right here, texting. Okay. I was working with a group of agents, and I know Corey's going to start smiling in a second because we both know how effective and awesome texting is for real estate agents. And I did a class with them, and it was an hour-long class just on texting. And we talked about all the different ways that they can engage their customers on texting. And basically what they said was, I love this. I'm going to go home and do this. Well, a week or 2 weeks later, I came back, same group of agents. We got together for accountability follow-up. And I asked them, all right, how many of you texted last week? There was only one person that raised their hand out of like 40 of them in the room. And I'm like, wait a minute, you all said you loved it. Why didn't you text it? And it was because they just weren't motivated yet, and they were stuck in their old habits. Well, I asked the one agent, I said, what did you do? She said, I did what you said. I built a fire in the fireplace. I actually poured a glass of wine, don't judge. And I just sat down with my phone and I just started to text my clients at the letter A. And she said, by the time I got to the letter C, it was already like busy. I had multiple transactions going. And by the time I got to the letter D, It was 2 hours later and I had to stop. And basically what happened was I had 3 new listing appointments. I had like 4 appointments to show buyers property. I was downloading new listings from the MLS, sending them to a whole group of buyers. And in about 2 hours, I made myself really busy and followed up with her later. Like, how many transactions did you get out of all that business? Just texting A to D. And she's like, I got 4 transactions, 3 listings and 1 buyer contract. So I put that into terms and I said, okay. And we told the class that day, we're like, so she got all this activity. If she gets 4 transactions times the average MLS, average in the MLS, that's $36,000. What if I told you that I would pay you $36,000 next year to just sit down and text an hour a week? And I said, if I told you I would pay you cash, $36,000 right now to sit down and text, most of the agents found that they could do 8 transactions came out of texting. That's $72,000. So I'm going to ask all of you right now. We are going to do the texting class. It's day 10. I saw the chat. Okay. I'm going to ask all of you right now, though, type into the chat. I want this to be interactive. If I told all of you right now that you could make $72,000, or better yet, what if I told your wife or your husband or your significant other that you could make $72,000 next year just by texting, let alone all the other marketing things you could do? What would they be doing? I can tell you that my wife every day would be like, did you text yet? Did you text? Have you sat down and text yet? You know, sit down and text. That's $72,000. And it takes it from being a waste of time that you're just sitting down and texting and wasting time to now it is something of value and something that you need to do. $72,000 and 8 transactions based on this average MLS. That's how you build your budget. So going through with a typical agent, at the bottom of this, it says that you could do 95 transactions next year. And based on the average transaction in this MLS of $9,000, that's $851,000 net. How many of you on the call would love to make $851,000 net? Now I want to tell you one more story to let you know this is not hot air. I was working with and doing a class in Palm Springs, California, 200 agents in the room. And I did my marketing essentials class, and I came up after class, an agent came up to me afterwards and she says, I don't know if you remember me from last year, but I came to your class last year. I'm a single mother of 3 children, and I did 4 transactions the year before last. And you talked about this 1-page marketing plan, and I sat down, and the 1-page marketing plan told me that I could sell 48 homes next year by doing the items that I wanted to do that I thought I could commit to. And she goes, do you know how many homes I sold this year? I sold 42. It told me I could sell 48. I sold 42. I went from 4 to 42 transactions in a year. She said, so please don't stop what you're doing. I hope agents listen to you, and I hope agents do it. She said, I can tell you that out of the 200 people in the room, probably only 10 of them did it. And she said, I did it, and it's changed my life. And I said, can I get you on camera? Can you do that on a video for me real quick? And she's like, no. She's like, I don't want anybody else to know my secret. And next thing you know, I got distracted by somebody else and turned around and she was gone before I could talk her into letting me film that on video. But I'm telling you, I've had hundreds of agents tell me they've had similar results. So do you see how simple this 1-page marketing plan is? And if you remember yesterday, I went through a little mini budget. I don't know, it was around $4,000. And it kind of talked about what your marketing was. Look at the total of the marketing expense on this budget, $3,717. Now I'm a marketer. I would love all of you to spend $10,000 next year on marketing, because I think that that's what really does grow your business. But I do try to concentrate for all of you to break it down into, okay, what is manageable for an agent, any agent, and what's the minimum that they should do? And the minimum up on the screen is kind of what I have up on the screen. That's $309 a month. And I would stop drinking Starbucks. I would stop going out to eat. And just what is that? 6 meals? 6 meals. We all need to lose weight anyway. Skip the meal, put the $50 that you would spend on a meal out and put it into your marketing budget and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Lose weight and have a marketing budget like this that could help you sell 95 homes. So let's go through it from top to bottom. I'll go through it real quick. Are you liking what you're seeing? Are they liking, Corey? I can't watch the chat. It's moving too fast.
They're loving what they're seeing. And I want to just say, yes, Todd, this works. And you don't even have to have a sphere of influence yet. All you have to do is talk to people and text your database, just the people that you know, and say, hi, how are you? And once the conversation opens and you start talking real estate, you get the leads. It's the simplest, most inexpensive way to build your business. I love it.
Awesome. All right. Well, you keep me on track, Corey, and you keep me on time too. We have a half an hour left. Okay. So let's keep going. Going through these items from top to bottom. I kind of did put them a little bit in priority, but I'm not going to say hard and fast. I just know how busy all of you agents get. And there's another phrase that Corey and I use. It's called slow down to go faster. And if you wake up an hour every day or an hour earlier, you now have an extra hour you didn't have before. So now you can invest it into something else. And one of the first things that I love agents to do is you all have the intent of doing all these different things, but then you get busy with your real estate business. And so one of the first things that I've interviewed a lot of top agents is if they automate their marketing and start to put their marketing into a automated marketing database system, even if it's only 50 people, or you're a brand new agent, you should start with this right away. And I will tell you, if you're a brand new agent, many of the automated marketing systems will give you 6 months for free if you've been in the real estate industry less than a year. So our marketplace partners will do that for you. And because they know that you need to start with the right habits. So what you do is every day, if you meet 2 people a day, that's 10 people in a week. That's 40 people in a month that you're adding into your database. And then if you start to put them into your database and set them up on automated marketing and drip marketing, then your marketing works for you. And then when you get busy with real estate, your automated marketing is already on autopilot. So I love Exact Contact, Wise Agent, Commissions Inc., KV Core, anything that's an automated marketing CRM. But if you don't want to go to that level, you can skip that one. But that's one that I do love. And we're going to have some classes coming up with all these companies, and they will actually show you how they will actually take your contacts for you and import them out of your phone and put them into an automated system and help you organize them. The second thing is a tool called HomeBot. We're going to do an hour-long webinar about this down the road. It's $25 a month. It shows you how much equity and how much you have built up capital in your home. Every month it shows you interest rates, what's going on in the industry. It's a great little digest. A lot of our top agents that are top listing agents, when I interview them, they're like, yeah, I'm using HomeBot, but don't tell anybody, because that's where I get the majority of my leads from for listings, is because, you know, it's been in all my years, it's the best way to engage my database and my last, existing customers. So HomeBot, phenomenal tool. That's only $300 a year. BombBomb Video. I love BombBomb because I used to think, well, wait a minute, why do I need video? I have a mobile phone, and on my mobile phone, it's got, a camera. I can take my own videos. But when I would send videos to people, they would think they were spam or it was a virus. And it, was big and cumbersome, and it would take forever to download. And BombBomb, what it does is it's automatically in my email. I just hit a red button, I hit record, and I hit send, and I send out emails to clients all the time. And so BombBomb is something that you're going to see me start to do with all of you. If you fill out that form, I'm going to send you a BombBomb video and I'm going to follow up with you and show you how easy it is to start using BombBomb. That's about $400 a year, $500 a year. There's something called free Google Forms that doesn't cost anything. There's something called mini neighborhood reports where you send out, this is what's going on in your neighborhood. Right now, there's only 3 homes for sale and 2 of them are already under contract. That means your neighborhood's in high demand right now. So if you're looking to buy or sell, I just wanted you to know that there's a lot of buyers looking for your home, and I can help you move up, move down, move somewhere else, move into a new neighborhood, a new school district, whatever you need, I'm here to help. And so you go create these little mini neighborhood reports and you send these out to a couple people every day. And I've just seen the results that agents have garnered from doing this. And that's why I put a 12, one a month. If you do neighborhood reports, I think it's very feasible that you can get 1 listing a month by doing neighborhood reports. That's $108,000 in gross commission possibility to you in a year. Oh, Todd, you're being aggressive. That's number is too high. Okay, fine. Let's say you only get 6. Okay, you happy with 50,000 for doing that one marketing thing? I think you can be. And so that's where I think that it's important to get some of these things in place and then put them on your calendar and then begin to time block. 10-minute open houses a week. Based on the number of homes that I see agents selling that are doing this, I think that 8's a feasible number. Using the pre-printed listing presentations and buyer presentations. I know of an agent that closed 30 out of 31 presentations in a 7-month time period. She increased her transactions that year by about 30, 40 transactions just in 1 year. And so I think that's very doable to do. So in order to use those pre-printed presentations though, they do cost $20 to print. That's the hard cost. That's how much ink and paper and everything it costs to print. But it's well worth it. $20 to make $9 grand. I would do that all day long. So you need to build in a budget though, to buy 20 of them. And I tell you, if you commit to buy 10 of them and you spend $200 and you have 10 of them sitting in a filing cabinet, you will use all 10. And then you will find all of a sudden you're going to get results. Corey, what do you have to say?
Well, they're loving it. And there's several questions asking for you to elaborate a little bit on the 10-minute open house. And I'm letting them know that you are going to go into more detail into all these topics for greater sessions.
Yes.
But lots of people want to know about the 10-minute open house.
It is. And that's why, which comes first, the chicken or the egg? Do I do the classes where I show you how to do all these things? Or do I set the foundational guideline that we're going to build a 1-page marketing plan? And as part of your commitment to putting these items down on your 1-page marketing plan is go to the 1-hour webinar where I teach you how to do each one of these items. And if you do that over the next couple days, you're going to then be able to know what to do for these items, and you're going to be able to pick and choose which ones that you want to do. I love all of these items, and I would try, if I were in your shoes, this is what I would try to do in a year. And I think that you can do it. And I think that another thing is, I love stories because they help me relate to what I need to do in my own life and what I need to do in business. And years ago, I used to run track. And for the longest time, I would try to break, the 5.5 minute mark on a mile. And, I found that if I set my goal at 5.5 minutes, I came up short. I would always be 5:45 or whatever. Then I started setting my goal for a 4-minute and 45-minute mile. And what did I have to do my first lap at to make a 4-minute and 45-minute mile? And what I found was I could do the first lap at that pace, and I could do the second lap at that pace. And then I ended up actually running a 5-minute, 6-second mile. And I broke that 5:30 mile, but I did it by setting a more aggressive goal. So I set my goal for 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Does that make sense? And I didn't do it knowing I couldn't get to it, but I did it like, I want to do everything to get to that goal. What they did was that helped me push back past the barrier I couldn't get past, which was a 5.5 minute mile. Because when I set my goal at 5.5, I ended up at 6 minutes. So more aggressive goals within reach are doable. So an aggressive goal like this of 95 homes, okay, how many do I have to do in the first quarter of the year? I have to do 23 homes. What do I have to do every month then? 23, I have to do 8 homes. So what do I have to get my business to start to operate in efficiently to do 8 transactions? And you can do that. So all these items right here, I just want to highlight a couple. I will teach you how to do every one of these items in the on this plan. The free automated marketing calendar, one of my favorite ideas, one of the best things you can do. It costs $0. New business cards and a popple. So a popple is an item, a business card type thing that you can touch to someone's phone, and it's got a smart chip in it, and it transfers your contact information into their phone and transfers their contact information into yours. Someone just popped in, I love my popple. It's a great way to build your database. You meet people and you just get your information in their phone. Then you connect with them later and you build and you expand your database. I do think that having the right business cards with the right words on it is important. So I think that's a little bit of an investment. I would love all of you to have one of the HomeSmart lighted yard signs and to use it on your listings. And when you do, you're going to find out that the other neighbors in the neighborhood, they want to call you to have you sell your home. And what does that do? That's a listing generator for you. And so then next thing you know, you're going to have 6 lighted yard signs. So, 10 lighted yard signs that you transfer around to all your different listing properties. What if you were the only agent in your area that had lighted yard signs? A lot of people would think you're the best agent in the area. So I love the lighted yard signs, the luxury yard sign. I love the texting. You gotta do the texting. There's something called, open house marketing that we do a whole webinar on. And one of the things we teach is have as many open house signs out as your neighborhoods will let you put out. And believe me, that will help you win listings, but that's a whole nother webinar. So we'll go through all of these items with you down the road, but I want to pause for a minute, kind of take some questions. And we'll go through all of these items with you here. I should have bolded that one right there, but I hope you like what you're seeing. Tomorrow in Marketing Essentials, we're going to go over many of the items here, and then we're going to unpack them in days later with a full hour at a time. So what do you guys think so far? You like what you see? I'm going to go pull up the one marketing budget now that has 3 tabs on it, because I want to share this with you here. If you want to do the business plan that has all of the items here. All right, so hang on. Give me a minute to move some things around on my screen. All right, here it is. Okay, all right. So this one is a little bit more of the robust Excel file and the more robust business plan, because what it actually does is it's going to take up at the top, how many transactions do you think you can do this year? How many transactions did you do last year? So actually I had an agent, fill in how many transactions did you do last year? How many do you want to do this year? And in her case, she did about 12 transactions last year, and we wanted to do 30 transactions this year. So here in the yellow bar, we typed in, okay, in January, I think I can do 1 transaction. Then I want to do 3 in February, 3 in March, 4 in April, 5 in May. It's the spring buying season. 4 in June, 2 in July, 1 in September, 2 in October, 2 in November, 1 in December. That's 30. So she was wanted to go from 12 to 30 transactions. And we were like, do you think you can do it? So at the end of quarter 1, we sat down with her. And at the end of quarter 1, she should have done 7 transactions. Where were you? And she was at like 6 transactions. So she was almost a goal. So she needed to pick up the pace a little bit. And then at the end of the second quarter, so now she added in April, May, and June. Well, how many did she do in April, May, and June? And in July, she needed to sit down and say, where is she at? Is she ahead of pace? Is she behind pace? She started to track her number of appointments that she got. So if she closed every appointment that she got, she's closing. So if she wanted to do 4 transactions or 3 transactions, she needed to be doing, at least 4 transactions, or maybe she needed to do 6 transactions so that she got a 50% closing ratio. So she began to set goals for herself of how many meetings that she needed to set. So what she would do right here, she would type in, hang on, in this column. So she typed, I want to do 6 appointments. So I need to get 2 appointments, because she felt like if she had 6 appointments, she could at least close 3. Okay. So now this set a separate goal for her of how many appointments do I need to be getting? Does that make sense? So when it came to April, she wanted to do 4 transactions. She needed to make sure she had at least 8 appointments. When it came to May, 5 transactions, she needed to make sure she had at least 10 appointments. And what she started to find was if she had 10 appointments, she started to close 6 of them instead of just 5. And then she started to close 7 of them instead of just 5. There are some top agents that they close 9 out of every 10 appointments that they get, because they've honed in their presentation. And now they just need to go out and get more presentations to increase their number of transactions. So do you see how a plan like this can actually help you put a goal in place of not only what you did last year, analyzing your business, but looking at what you want to do next year? And so in order for her to do her 30 appointments, she needs to do 60 or 30 transactions. She needs to do 60 appointments if she did it all correctly. So I'm going to keep going here. Sorry, with her plan. 2, that needed to be 4, 4, and 2. Okay, so there, 60 appointments. She felt like she could get to her 30 transactions. So do you see how it all builds on each other? Well, what do you have to do to get appointments? You have to do postcards, emails, pop buys. Those of you who follow Brian Buffini training, they talk about, pop pies and pop buy training, where you just pop by with gifts or, certain things to your clients. So she felt like, okay, if I do like 40 phone calls, 40 pop buys, or 800 phone calls, touches, things like that. So she put together her own plan of what she thought she could do every month. So that's a way to do it. Now, then she went down, she put in her business plans of what her MLS dues were, what her association dues were, her cell phone, her automobile expense. And it showed her what her automobile or her business expense, travel, training, computer, office supplies, all kinds of different things. And she put together, based on the number of transactions too that she was going to do, what were her business expenses. So if you're, so basically it helped her build a budget and divided, showed her what her monthly budget was and what she needed to be making. And then down here again, helping set her income goal and actually putting the other. And then down here in the bottom, this is blank. And this is where she actually tracked what her actual appointments were, what her actual number of transactions were. So she did 1 transaction. She did 4 appointments. She did, X number of calls. So she did 120 calls a week. She did 480 calls in a month. She did touches. So this had to do with social media posts, the number of emails, 90-day mini CMAs. If she was doing 5 a day over a 10-day period, that was 50 in a week. That's 200 in a year. Plus the other things she's doing, maybe she did 800 different touches. So it was a way of her tracking how her business was. And she found that what this was a way for her to have an accountability partner without actually having an accountability partner yelling at her. But she saw every week whether or not she came up short and she met her goals, or whether or not she needed to change her behavior and do more. So like one week she had a big 0 for phone calls, or a month, 0 for phone calls. And she's like, okay, that's not good. I got to change and I got to get back on track. Is that making sense? How your business plan can actually work with you. So you see tab 1 is your business plan. Tab 2 is the same marketing budget that we just went through. And then tab 3, this is a personal budget. What's your mortgage? What's your cell phone bill? What's your car payment, your water, your power, your credit card payments, your life insurance? And it'll actually help you even build over to the right. Well, what's the balance on your mortgage? What's your home worth though? So at the bottom, you can type in, well, what's your home value? And so your home's worth 400,000, your mortgage is 192. Well, how much equity does that mean? You've got basically equity of $202,000 built into your home. So it was a nice little spreadsheet that helped build some financial planning. And I shared this with a couple agents and they liked it so well, they asked me to start sharing it with everyone. And that's what we're doing. So if you want the robust business plan, you can do a business budget and plan first, then your marketing plan, and then your personal budget. But what I'd like all of you to do is in year 1, just start with the 1-page marketing plan. And then in year 2, let's dig into your business budget, start to do some things more down the road. I just don't want to throw too much at you. I want you to be successful. And I want you to just do the 20 items that are on this sheet and do the 1-page marketing plan. And I do love the personal budget. I think every single one of you should use the personal budget. I actually use this in my own personal life. I use this exact budget and it helps me with my own personal financial planning. So I hope you like what you saw here. I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint here real quick. Hold on. How do I stop my share, Corey? Let's see here. Where did it go? All right. There we go. Okay. All right. So let me get back to my PowerPoint here. See if I have any final things to go over. Okay. So we just did the live drive. All right. So how do you do this? I'm going to ask you to schedule 2 hours or an hour and just sit down and commit to getting your 1-page marketing plan done. So build and finalize it, write it down. If you don't like Excel, sit down with a notepad and a pen, and on one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, write down what you think you should do, what it costs, how much you think you can make, and just have a handwritten one. It's a super simple thing to do. And then you tie it into these action items. And I want you to write these next phrases down. This is a formula for you. You start with your, whoops, sorry, hang on, I went too far. You start with your 1-page plan, and then you start to create to-do lists. Okay, so Todd said texting is one of the items on my plan. So what's an action item? I'm going to sit down on Thursday and I'm going to try texting Thursday every Thursday for the next 12 weeks. I'm going to try it for 90 days. I can do this. And so every Thursday from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, you time block on your calendar, or from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, you time block that you are going to sit down on the couch, in a chair, in your car, I don't care where, sit down and start texting. And time block it, and don't let anything else, just treat it like that's an appointment with a home buyer and a home seller. Watch what happens with your business. So your action items turn into time blocking, and then you just start doing things. And that's what I say. You put these items on your calendar, get up an hour earlier, start doing something. And then what you want to do is you want to check in. This year I did 10 transactions. Next year I want to do 40. So that means I have to do 3 every month in January, February, and March. And in April, I'm going to sit down and say, how am I doing? Well, I'm at 9 homes. So I'm almost on pace to make 40 homes. If I did 11 homes, I'm ahead of pace. So, sit down and do check-ins with yourself and then look at a budget and build some sort of a budget. The budget that I had on the screen, I want to say it was under $3,000. And on the 1-page spreadsheet, your one average commission is what, $7,000? You get your money back with one sale. So I would invest time. You can do this. I actually have this phrase on my desk. If you think you can, you think you can't, you won't. You're right. I do believe that if you think you can do this, you can. And I know you can do this. I've worked with enough agents. You can do this. So give it a try. Keep going. Follow a simple 4-step process. Come back tomorrow for the Marketing Essentials class. And let's take a quick pause and let's answer some questions. Does that sound like a plan, Corey?
It definitely does. And you know what? If I can share my screen, I can show you in the Marketing Design Center right now where to go to get this. Everybody's still asking. So let me just share with you. Do you all know RSA? On the left here, if you go to education and then you go to videos, when you go to videos, then you're going to see this HomeSmart Business Builders. So that's where you'll see the replays of these videos, but it does take a little time to convert them. So they're not going to be immediate. So the minute we finish here, you can't go find it, but you will be able to find it within a few days, a week, probably at the max. All of the materials that we're talking about are in your RSA over here on Marketing Design Center. It'll take us into this place here. Can you see where my screen is? It says accessing Marketing Design Center, leaving RSA. So we wait just a second until we're in. And then if you click here, right up here at the store, you see where it says Drive to 5? All of the materials that he's referencing will be here. Not all of the materials going forward, because that would be too confusing. It will be what we've just talked about so that you can reference them for the previous day. Did that make sense?
Well, Corey, no, I'm gonna keep everything in there. It's gonna be a building. It's gonna be a building file.
Yes. I just meant you're not going to see like class 10 in it today. It will build.
It will build.
It will build, but it doesn't have everything from every single class today.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
But tomorrow, you'll notice that the upper left corner, it says Drive to 5 session 1. Well, today it will upload Drive to 5 session 2 PowerPoint. Okay. Very similar, but it'll be in there day 3 when we do Marketing Essentials. The Marketing Essentials day 3 PowerPoint will be in there. So that'll be in there. And then all the additional items every day, like Corey said, we're going to keep building them. But the videos are housed in Real Smart Agent, but all the marketing items are inside that Drive to 5. And you'll notice that someone had asked, I never heard of a popple. What's a popple? Well, we're going to put popples in that marketing design calendar, and you'll be able to see where you can find a popple and try and give it a try and start to use it in your business. So Elizabeth says, thanks. I would have never found that on my own. So yeah, Corey.
So maybe what I should do for going forward, Todd, is have a screenshot of that. With arrows or something.
Corey, I love you live driving because that showed how easy it is. You log into Real Smart Agent, you click into the marketing section, and right there you hit Drive to 5, and it's all going to be in there.
Okay.
And we're going to put things in there all along that are going to help you over this next 12 sessions, as well as over the first quarter of the year, because I'm so excited about this because we kind of did a test run last year with a group of agents and just didn't tell all of you and just did some of these different sessions. And I know the results that these other agents got. And that's why your franchisees have all been asking, Todd, let's get Drive to 5. Let's get Drive to 5 going. And they're all supporting you all as well. So excited about this. I look forward to you guys all executing and putting this to work in your business. I do think, I know we're 3 minutes after. Are there any quick questions that are burning? Corey, I love the fact that you live drive and showed them how easy it was to do in the Marketing Design Center.
Okay,
Let's do that.
perfect. We'll do that every day.
All right. Anything else? Any other quick questions? We all good? Let's come back tomorrow. Let's do Marketing Essentials. And I look forward to seeing you all. I'm Todd. Thank you, Corey, for all your help. All right. See you tomorrow.